D'Angelo, you guys are playing your former team on Tuesday in the play-in game.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean to you to have to face those guys that traded you to this team?
I mean, not the fact that they traded me has anything to do with it, but the fact that they're in the way of what we're trying to get done. I mean, that's all that really matters to me, honestly. Trying to prepare mentally now for that, because obviously it's a big game and it matters. You know, it dictates a lot. So just trying to get that win by any means.
How much did the experience last year help you being in the playing game? The Lakers won the playing game 2 years ago. What's that experience like?
It's an all or nothing type of. It's like Game 7, right? It's like all the marbles. You know, if you don't get it done, you go home. Simple as that. So you see guys playing extremely hard. You see coaches coaching extremely hard. Everybody's trying to do their job to the fullest to get the win, because it obviously matters. So simple as that. I mean, I don't know if you get experience from it. It's basically like a playoff environment.
Hey, D'Angelo. Some of the guys have talked about thanking you and some of the newer guys for helping turn the season around. What do you think you and some of that newer group have been able to bring here? And could you feel any sort of shift, once you guys got here?
Yeah, I mean, I think energy is powerful. You know, we came in with some good energy. Obviously, the past was the past here, and the energy wasn't where it should have been. To obviously get wins in this league, it's hard to get wins when everything's not firing on all cylinders. So for us, we want to come in and just control our energy, because that's one of the only things we can control at this level. So come in with that positive vibe and try to make it contagious for the group that obviously may have been a little traumatized from before. So.
Hey, D'Angelo. There was a play during today's game where I think you threw it to Austin, you threw it back to him. It's like kind of back and forth. Ball had gravity. I don't even remember which one of you it ended up landing with, but whoever had it hit the three.
That was my favorite play of the game.
Can you speak to that a little more, and what it's like to play with teammates who just kind of allow the ball to move?
I mean, with Austin, it's so fun to play with, because he's so crafty, and getting the opportunity to watch him dominate the game from the way he does it is pretty impressive. And then when we're out there together, we're trying to get in where we fit in a lot of the times, trying to play off the other guys. And so whenever me and him kind of get something going, we get a little chuckle out of it, and we have fun with that. So for him to repay me with the assist, I try to get it back to him, just to return the favor. So, I mean, we got a good group. Obviously, Bron gets it going like that, you got to kind of and support that, and AD vice versa. So anybody can get it going on our team, and when our energy's right and guys are supporting it, makes us that much harder to guard.
D'Lo, I know you addressed what it's going to be like playing against your old team, but I'm just curious, what do you think you as a group need to focus on to play your best on Tuesday with the stakes even higher?
I mean, I think defense, obviously that team's got a lot of firepower as well. Coach is really good at quick hitters and things like that, Finch. So I think defensive intensity is going to get us out of there. Obviously, we can score with the best. Just locking into that. They got some heavy hitters over there. If we can contain those guys, I think we'll be all right.
Hey, Dylan. What have you learned about playing with LeBron and AD since you arrived? Maybe like an X's and O's adjustment that you've made, and something that's changed since you've been playing with them for a month or so, 2 months?
I mean, obviously they're high-level guys. LeBron's a guy that you can just play off of and figure it out, because he's such a good passer as well. And then AD's a guy I think that I got to get a little more chemistry with. I'm a pick-and-roll guy, and he's a pick-and-roll player as well, and I don't think our chemistry's in sync yet. Obviously, not having as many reps as we want. But just playing with him, I learn something new every time. I know where AD wants the ball. I'm learning where he wants the ball. Brian learning how to play off of him, etc. So just, I don't know, a lot of high IQ basketball plays in the midst of the game that aren't really drawn up or like you just make it happen off read and react. And I think when you're that high level of a player, and myself as well, it's easy to play like that. So haven't been around a lot of players like that in my time. Been around a lot of young, talented, figuring it out, things like that. So to have players that are a little more solidified and you know what they are, who they are, the voice is heavy, it holds a lot of volume and weight. You can learn a lot from that.
D'Angelo, despite the fact that today was Easter, I felt like with the playoffs so close, there was a little bit of a buzz in the building. Did you feel that? And what are you expecting Tuesday night from the crowd?
It's always a buzz in here. The Lakers are playing. The city's on fire. You can feel that just kind of, I don't know, your cruise to the arena. You can feel that. I've given the fans a lot of love. I think that, some of the best fans in the league all over the world. But when we're in here and they're cheering for us and guys are making shots and getting stops and just making those exciting plays, they come alive a little more. So we're going to use that to our advantage. Not a lot of teams use the crowd to their advantage in the playoffs or in the play-in game. Last year when we had the play-in opportunity, our fans, the fans at the time, were unreal, and they got us through a lot of ups and downs. So I can only imagine that.
D'Lo, your first day back with this organization, you sat on the bench in street clothes when this team played the Bucks, and that loss put them 6 games under 500 at that point. Is there any time for reflection at all as to like the hill you guys have climbed thus far, or is there still too much work ahead?
As a team or as an individual?
As a team, both.
As a team, hell yeah. We, as a group, obviously those guys knew what they went through to get to where they're at now, and it's a bunch of relief of like, wow, we're here. We've done this. Never would have thought. Individually, I brag to my people all the time. When I go home, I'm bragging about, how crazy the turnaround has been. And even when I'm doing bad, I like to talk about it because I remember earlier in the season I was shooting like 20%, 30 from threes, just crazy. I couldn't figure it out. Obviously, situation plays a part into that, but once I turned it around, it was bragging about it again. Like I like to brag to my folks about things that should be bragged about because it's not easy, one, and it's not normal. You expect it to be normal, and you expect you to make all the shots and get everything you want, and when things don't go that way, you kind of forget about it and look past it, but it's part of the process. And for me, I've just kind of enjoyed the process to whatever's next for myself.
Thanks, Ian.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone.